Did this patch happen already?
No. It's Wednesday, or like 7 a.m. Wednesday mornings, usually when patches drop. Hey, what's up, everybody? Oh, did I? Let me make sure I didn't. Okay, I still have Warcraft on me. Put League of Legends there. There we go.
Minions have spawned.
Nope. Yeah, I just noticed my wife took one of my lights, so my lighting looks a little weird. It's not that bad, but that's why my lighting looks a little funny. My wife was using one of my lights for a video she was making. She's doing like some singing or whatever. Oh, it's Ribbon Middle, huh? All right. Yo, what's up, Dave? I've been listening to some Double Lifted Medios co-cast or co-stream or whatever. Got here first tonight. Good job, man. Yeah, sorry for people watching from last night. My daughter ran off with my phone. So I've been letting her watch it. Lately, she likes my phone instead of the iPad because it's smaller. So it's just easier for her to carry around. Even though it doesn't have the same kind of games on it and stuff, she can still watch her cartoons and stuff on like YouTube Kids. But anyway, so I fell asleep and then I have my phone sitting there with my alarm set, and she had run off with it, and then it was in like this weird place on the bed and it was dead. So she put it back before she went to sleep, but it was after it completely ran out of energy. So I woke up at like 5 a.m. and I was like, well, shit. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Jose? Hey, what's up, Kamoy? What's up, Dave? Telling Jason got my training for in order to get to 300 fishing. About fired up and ready to do some essays now. I figured out another way to make it even easier to fish while on the split screen. I just basically crank up the sounds and I turn off the ambient music, or the ambient sounds and the music, because sometimes if you're on a dock or something, you hear like the waves swishing around, and if you're not looking like directly at the screen, it can be a little hard to hear when the bobber goes for the fish. But if you just turn up the sounds and that's it, then you can definitely hear it. So that makes it a lot easier to not really pay a lot of attention to fish, which is good. Oh, it's all good, Jose. Yeah, I don't know. We might switch off that server at some point. We'll see how it goes. It's not that dead. Oh, the Fishing Buddy add-on does what? Adjust your sound? I mean, because I felt like there weren't that many people there, but there aren't that many Alliance for sure. But I'll tell you, it is nice leveling, because I don't really like world PvP when I'm leveling that much. I mean, it's okay, but like, I'd rather just be able to actually get my quest done in like STV and places like that, and just not waste time because someone's like camping your body or camping a quest site or something. But yeah, later on, maybe that could be an issue. Fuck, really? I guess I shouldn't even worded it. But I actually looked and there's like 15 guilds that have full cleared Nax on that server. So it's like, the people are there, I just think most people are max level and they just raid log. Like, they just log in to do the raid. Which will obviously change in TBC. Okay. Oh, Black Falcon said he got ganked too. Yeah, Jason was telling me he got ganked also. It said there were 0 according to that website. I think there was one guild that had cleared Nax. But yeah, one website said that there were not any active raiders on it, but there might still be some Alliance. I did see 1 or 2 the other day, but yeah, there's not that many. And I play really late at night a lot of times too, so it's hard to tell because there's just not a lot of people in general. But I've also played some during prime time. And like if you go to something like Ogremar, you know, I definitely, when I went to the bank in Ogremar, I saw like 50 people around there. But yeah, it's not going to be as popular as a super server. I think on the, according to the raid thing, which said there was no Alliance, obviously that wasn't entirely accurate. It said there were like 4,500 active raiders. Italy's gonna be there. They're just gonna dive, dude. How do you see how many are online? Is there like a command you could do? Hey, what's up, KD? Thanks for the $1 Aussie. Or is that a really old thing? Is that still, because it's... Streamlabs has been freaking out lately. Yeah, that How is Clash from Nagarake is really old. I don't know why Streamlabs is just like saying this stuff randomly. From like weeks ago.
An enemy has been slain.
Yeah, which server are you usually from? Because I think there'll be one of two things that'll happen. They'll either offer free transfers or combine realms, smaller realms, or just more people start playing because it's BC. Okay. And that tells you the entirety of online? I thought that was just for a certain zone. Yeah, I have kind of run into that problem, and that's something I've been a little worried about with, especially with the auction house, like, not being able to sell some of my stuff, or, like, taking a while, or I have to go, like, really low on price. But, you know, the trade-off for that, like I said, is not getting ganked in as often as you would on a more populated, evenly balanced server. So it's almost like a PvE server. Which I'd always kind of been against on principle, just because I would do PvP, I want the real experience. But it is nice actually being able to be in Stranglethorn Vale for the leveling experience. But once we get to max level, like, we'll see how it goes. Dude, if she gets blinded. What's up, JS?
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I recommend skipping.
An enemy has been slain. You have slain an enemy.
Nice, okay, we needed that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep up. What? It will autofill your zones and level. I don't know what that means. Less bots is true. The kind of stuff I'm selling would not be affected directly by bots because bots can't fish or don't fish usually. The tailoring stuff is cheap AF though. At least when I was looking, a lot of it is. Like, my strategy is basically going to be... I don't know how much the Mooncloth is going to be for TBC, but I would like to use the Gathering Professions in order to get whatever the number of gold is, 25,000 gold or something like that. If a piece of Mooncloth is like 500 gold a piece.
Your turret has been destroyed.
What do you mean it'll autofill your zone and delete that from the... So you're saying that the who is not accurate or what? Okay. No, I mean, that's a concern that I had too. I think that's just what the guys happen to be on, the server they happen to be on. I mean, we can all talk about it when it gets closer to time. But I don't mind leveling up on a server that's, like I said, basically PvE. But I have seen people, but, you know, it's not as big as, like, some of the mega servers, obviously. It's one of the smaller servers. But it still had 15 guilds clearing Nax, which is, like, I feel like that's a lot. But, I mean, once again, probably not compared to a lot of places. I think, like I said, at this point in Classic, I don't know, if you played on another server, it might be busier, but... I mean, I can't get over there. We don't have a wave. Alright, you're getting flanked. I'm coming, but it's gonna be late. Just, can you just explain it in a way, like, what does autofill mean? What do you mean, and just delete that? I think just with, like, some grammar there or something, I could understand it. So when you do /who, it shows you your zone.
Has been destroyed.
Just gonna be brutal if anyone gets hit with it. Oh, Mancrick. Isn't Mancrick like the biggest server though? Maybe. I mean, it is one of the smaller servers. From what I looked at, it's definitely one of the smaller servers. I don't think that's we'll just see how it goes. If you want to level up on a different server or whatever, just kind of hang out and wait and see what we do, then that's totally fine. A lot of us are, like, it's not like super organized. We didn't have a guild set up there yet, so. Because we might, if it's just too small or just like the auction house becomes too difficult to manage, I might consider it. Yeah. My leather was starting to stack up a little bit. We'll see how my fish do, if my fish don't sell like super well. Like, it's weird because there's not a lot of competition. So like if you're... And you could actually get resources and stuff too, like if everyone's competing for farm. Like for instance, if everyone were trying to get Devil Saur leather or something like that. It just depends on like... Is the resource, how limited is the resource normally as far as the auction house goes? Like if there's fairly, because on a larger server there's obviously going to be much larger demand for things because people just, you know, need more stuff. But if there's also just a larger supply, so if it's just something that has almost unlimited supply, then there's just going to be a larger amount of people dealing with that. But if it's something that's in fairly low supply, then the price would go up a lot on those servers. It's just, it's complicated, just like the real economy is. I mean, back in the day on TBC, it sounds like a large server to me based on back in the day, but compared to other servers, not really. Like, because I played on Balnazar like way back in the day, which was pretty small. I mean, there were only like a handful of horde like on the, or like people that were doing serious raiding on the server that were horde. Probably like 3 or 4 guilds. So when I see like 15 guilds clearing Nax, maybe that server was just like mega dead that I played on back in retail. Nice. With the plays for days. But yeah, if it's small, we'll see what people think about it. If it's too small, we can transfer. I have to figure out the pros and cons of it. Like I said, one pro that I'm definitely appreciating while I'm leveling is the fact that I can actually do my quests in relative peace most of the time. But as I'm going up in zones, there definitely are more people. Still not a ton, but it's also nice, even with my own faction, like not having to fight over these camps and camp spawns in STV and things like that. You're like, oh cool, there's not like 10 people sitting here waiting for the, you know, the King Panther quest or whatever. I guess you can just, a lot of those quests you could just group up though, and except for the collect quests. Spooky. That is too. Yeah, the dungeon groups would probably be rough. Early on. I haven't even tried a dungeon. I have seen people doing like looking for group for some dungeons, but yeah, that's something that definitely would be sparse. I think on TBC there's going to be a lot more dungeon groups, and hopefully we'll have, you know, like a pretty happening guild too. I hope we can get at least like 20 or 30 people early on, if not more, so we can have our sort of own in-house dungeons as well. But yeah, I mean, that's something that both I noticed and Falcon noticed too, is that there weren't like that many people there. Hey, what's up, Nagaraka? Good to see you, man. Sorry for missing last night. I'm trying to keep up with the chat. Hey, what's up, Robert? So sorry if I didn't, if I'm not able to respond to everything in chat. I actually got a pretty lively chat tonight, which is good. But yeah, we'll do whatever everyone wants to do. You know, we'll look it over. I'm not totally opposed to that idea if other people are down with it, especially if they offer like a free transfer closer to time, which, like I said, I assume they probably will. Probably won't. I don't think they're gonna offer a fresh server, but that's one thing that I think we probably will not do, especially because I'm prepping on it. And that's just, I just think that's a really bad idea. I heard some people talking about, I mean, like people walking in with like $1 million gold or something can be problematic for sure, but there's gonna be so many people that would be like, because they wouldn't offer a boost on those types of servers. It just wouldn't make any sense to do that, I think. And there's just so many people, like, it takes most people months, right? Unless you just, like, no life it. It's gonna take you months for a lot of people to level at, like, a casual pace, right? Like, 2 hours a day or something, you know? It's gonna take you, like, 3 months to get to max level. And a lot of people just don't want to do that. That's the one thing that turns a lot of people off from, like, vanilla, or that did originally, was it just takes so long to level. Which, I mean, is cool, but, like, especially if it's not even the new content that you have to level through.
Oh. What?
Really? Dude. I cannot believe that Vine hit me at max level. Yeah, I guess if you're a paladin, that's fine. I mean, you can have stuff saved up, though, that you can hand off, you know, to your paladin, money and things like that. People that can help boost you. Max level people. Yeah, I don't think that, so yeah, there will be some but I really don't think that, like, your average player is gonna stockpile, you know, that much gold. Much over, like, 5,000. There might be, like, people that would stockpile, like, the hardcore people will, but that's not that many people. What's up, Flanar? Yeah, I don't know if you're being ironic or joking or what, but try to keep it positive. Oh, okay. Are you there? We got 15 seconds on Italy. I don't know. Maybe we push this up. I mean, we make her check if she doesn't come look. They're gonna see it. Well, can we do it? We can try. I mean, they saw it. We don't have our jungler here. We don't have smite. You dumb. Damn it. That's like so stupid.
An enemy has been slain.
That is so fucking dumb. I mean, like, I think taking a look at it and making them come check it is fine. Like, the thing is, they did see us on a ward walking over to it. But he, like, you gotta stop and peel back. Insult me with bad grammar. He probably is, yeah. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes people are just, you know, ironic, or they're on, you know, alt YouTube accounts or whatever. But I mean, we can still win despite that, but yeah, it's definitely not good. So people just don't know the difference between, like, not fully committing to something and not, you know. Like I said, I think it's an okay to, like, take a look at it, but then if she shows up, like, we gotta stop.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Riven's not running away from Misfortune Lulu. This season? Well, I don't think she's ever, or it's difficult to be completely irrelevant, but it's just the ADC's got a lot stronger. Assassins got weaker and ADC's got a lot stronger with different buffs. I'd have to go back and I talked about it a lot in my support tier list video. I can't honestly remember like every single like step that led to it, but I know it's mostly just that ADCs are a lot stronger now, especially like the immobile, super high scaling ADCs, Jinxes and things like that. It needs some tutoring. Yeah, but TBC should be a lot better for leveling also. The Royale. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, that's a big point. What Brandon says too is that Lulu is very good against Grievous wounds compared to like other. What sets Lulu apart from Janna? Okay, well, sort of what Brandon said is that she gets around Grievous wounds because she's got a shield and her ultimate counts as an infusion of health, not a heal. So Grievous wounds doesn't affect her ult.
I'll unfortunately have to get off after that one.
Okay, man, it's all good. I'll catch you next time.
Yeah, I'll try and hit you up tomorrow more.
Alright, see you, man.
See
you. We'll pop over on the other account. So she is, so she puts you in a tough spot because if she gets Moonstone, then, like, you kind of want Grievous Wounds. You need it to kind of deal with Moonstone, but then it doesn't do anything against the rest of her kit. So that puts you in an awkward spot. Yeah, Polymorph, that ability has always been really strong, but it is a nice piece of CC against Assassins. But also the extra movement speed is really at a premium, because there are so many just meatball kind of champs that are really strong if they can get close to you. So like Darius, Garen, Hecarim. It's just a lot of that stuff. And the Sterix boys, you know, the tanky, high damage dealing types of champs have been super strong all season. And she works really well with them. So although she can't really like engage herself, she enables a lot of these other champs to move fast. So like that thing right there with Miss Fortune, for example, I was able to speed Miss Fortune up and, you know, get her to run down the Riven. So that is very nice. And then the scaling off of her with these ADCs like Jinx, Vayne, Kai'Sa, Twitch, Kog'Maw, all of these like heavy auto attacking ADCs are really good with her because your picks on your E basically gives an extra 80-ish damage when you complete it on every attack with the trades. And a lot of kind of the dominant lane bully champs aren't super meta right now, because that's something that she can be weak to, is like heavy poke in the bot lane. So if a lot of people are playing like Xerath and Vel'Koz, Karma, Zyra, stuff like that, it can be a little tougher. I mean, you can work around those lanes, but it does make it a little bit harder. But yeah, those are all factors. Versus like Janna, you said Janna's still pretty good in certain situations, but Janna can't really like speed her team up, and she has a little bit more limited CC. One other thing that I will mention is Gale Force. I think has been a huge factor in her rise because it makes the immobile ADCs more viable. If you're playing Jinx or something like that and you get Gale Force or Miss Fortune, then all of a sudden, like, you can dodge stuff, right? So that means that people are going to be playing those champs and they could be safer with a more offensive version like Lulu rather than Janna, although Janna still can be good in those situations. And similarly, some of the hard engaged champs have a hard time getting through the Gale Force, right? Like, it's so hard to land a Bard ult on an ADC that has a Gale Force because they're just going to Gale Force out of it. Or landing a Bard ult or a Leona ult on top of a Kai'Sa or a Vayne or anything with Gale Force. Like, it can be done, but it's a little trickier. And I feel like the game has slowed down enough to make them really strong. And the fact that she does get a heal off of Moonstone also helps out with something that, you know, she's had a hard time with in the past, which is healing. So I just think that a lot of the stars have kind of aligned to make Lulu really strong. Yeah, it depends on what your team's building, but yeah, I would say the attack speed buff plus picks is going to put out more damage than Janna's shield. Also, you have to keep in mind that Lulu's shield is only on an 8-second cooldown at all levels, versus Janna starts at 18 seconds in the lane and scales down to 12. Now, that can be lowered if you hit CC, but Lulu is... Lulu's going to be lower, and Lulu's pick stays on them and keeps giving the damage even if the shield breaks. So that's a huge difference too. If Janna's shield breaks, they lose the AD. I think they're the same shield. For a little bit there, Lulu's shield was a bit bigger, but I think they're both back to 240 now. But yeah, Lulu has kind of the two forms of scaling, right? She's got basically the on hit, it's on attack technically. It doesn't work with Ginsu's. But she's got the on attack bonus, and she's got the attack speed and the movement speed, which scales pretty well. What about set support? I'm not a big fan of set support. He can work, like the Turbo Chem Tank definitely helps. It can work, but... Well, I just kind of explained a lot about why I haven't been playing Bard. I just explained it when I was explaining Lulu. Is that against Gale Force champions, it just feels really bad. Like, it's almost impossible to hit them with a Bard ult. And you can just get, like, hard outscaled also if they get a Lulu or a Janna or something like that. And I feel like the nerf to the W was pretty brutal also. Well, not the nerf to the W itself, but like the lack of Athenes makes the W feel a lot weaker.
Pleased to meet you.
So I don't know, his win rate's probably pretty good. Like, he's pretty much only played by specialists though, so his win rate is like, it's almost impossible for it not to be at least 52% because you don't have random people playing him usually. Like, he's usually on the lower end of popularity, I think. Could be wrong about that, but I mean, he's not that unpopular. He's 6%. So that's pretty far down the pecking order, but it's not like that far down. But he does have a high win rate right now. I don't know. I did not have a lot of success with him earlier on in the season, and I felt like it was really hard to make plays with the ult against the AD carry, which is usually one of your best targets historically. I don't know if this dude's actually going to dodge or not. But I'm going to dodge if he doesn't. Alright, well, wait a second. I just feel like there are probably better engaged champs than Set. I don't know. Like, he can work. I've seen him work, but yeah, Thresh is almost always the highest pick rate support just because he's fun. He actually has a high win rate. That's something that I think a lot of people sleep on is Thresh, and I don't know. I mean, 53% win rate with 22% pick rate. It's pretty high. I didn't realize Lulu was number 2 pick rate. Yeah, just the Locket Redemption build. God, his win rate falls off a cliff, though, as the game goes on. It's not just the Yasuo. I mean, the dude said he was auto-filled, and we had a Lilia mid. So ADC was auto-filled, too. And the Yasuo dude doesn't play Yasuo. Like, if it was a guy that's like one-trick Yasuo and everything else on the team looked okay, I'd play it, sure. Nice, good job, Space. That's what I like to hear. Space says he's been playing a lot better since the coaching session. Good. Glad you're able to get some stuff out of it. Apollyon says, Riot decided to nerf lifesteal next patch to make tanks stronger. True. Made $2 while you were asleep? Oh, crypto mining with your PC? Nice. I mean, Thresh, yeah, he's like classically, you know, the best support. Yeah, I don't know a ton about crypto. That's true, yeah. Ryan's so goofy. Yeah, I think the Yone and Yasuo are gonna be pretty hurt by that because they with the shield bow. I don't know. I'm trying to. It's like, who gets that much lifesteal outside of like Ravenous Hunter? I think they probably need to change something about that. They should just make it to where it doesn't lifesteal off of minions and keep it like reasonable. If you hit the enemy champion, you could get some lifesteal off of it. But yeah, the fleet seems so random because like almost nobody problematic in the meta right now gets fleet. Like, I think that the combination of Ravenous Hydra and like Gore Drinker and things like that can be problematic, but I don't know. They're hitting a lot of stuff that I don't think is really that much of a problem. I would rather see them like nerf the shield on Sterix. If they want to break up like that combination of items for those types of champs, I would rather see them nerf Sterix. Crying in Cassidon language. Yeah, I mean, Cassidon, he's there, but I don't know. If they want to nerf that just for Cassidon, just remove the AP ratio from it. I think they lowered it. Emma stoned. Well, I can't play Engage. If they pick Morgana, then you just can't pick Engage, pretty much.
Please.
It's like the same garbage we were against last time. More Caitlyn. Grievous Wounds is already really strong. Like, they buffed the hell out of it. It's basically free. Like, all the items that get Grievous Wounds are like 100% cost efficient. I don't know. They're just going a little overboard on it. But you kind of need some lifesteal champs. God, my freaking Maokai over the last 30 days is terrible on this account. Kate's not really, like, that great, I don't think, in the meta. Like, she'll win lane, but... %30 Vayne. I guess we'll keep this. Exhaust. But yeah, so many of the problematic, like, ADCs are just too strong right now. I feel like the lifesteal change might actually favor, because like most of the top end ADCs I don't think get a lifesteal item. Are they nerfing Bloodthirster? I don't think they're nerfing Bloodthirster, are they? They're nerfing Blather and King, but most ADCs don't get that anymore. Even Vayne doesn't get it half the time.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Conquer is kind of problematic, yeah, for sure. I mean, I would still like to see them take the healing off of Conquer and give it more AD, but they could invade. Yeah.
Never be too
Yeah, I mean, the Ravenous Hunter is probably the biggest one. I think they could have just nerfed Ravenous Hunter and just kind of see where it goes from there. If they really wanted to nerf Sustain in the lane. I don't know if they needed to, like, nerf every item that has Lifesteal on it. I think it's just Ravenous Hunter. And it's just because they made it Omnivamp. Like, when it was just spells, it was fine. Like, it was good, but... It's when they gave Omnivamp to Doran's Blade and, the meta kind of shifted over to a lot of, like, Halo Blades champs. Yeah, that's level 2 invade. Oh, she stole it with Smite. Wow.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get slammed in this lane. Probably. Unless we get a good gank. Yeah, this Kentra's just gonna run all over her in the jungle, probably. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it there, because we're gonna keep getting pushed in, most likely. Okay, hopefully they get a kill. Riven's there, Wukong's not.
Been slain. An enemy has
There we go, nice. Maybe someone just recently played this in LCS or something. I'm not sure why people are going for this stuff right now. Yes, Morgana's Shield does block Polymorph, but I'm probably not gonna... I mean, I can just boost up the Vayne instead, or somebody else.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Yeah, typical stuff, you know, like Morg's Black Shield works, people can Quicksilver Sash out of it, or Mikhail's to cleanse it. You can take cleanse and get out of it. It's just like standard CC. It's not a suppression or anything like that. Yeah, when you pick Vayne into Kate, this is kind of what you're signing up for. Can you QSS out of awkward memories? Maybe. Take some kind of psychedelic or something, maybe. I don't know if that'll get you away from certain memories. Or, do some other kind of escapism. Quick, give me this new anime. Must QSS out of. Remembering this girl broke up with me in 5th grade. Dude, she's obviously gonna be there, man. Okay, well, maybe not. I mean, they just killed Dragon, and he was like running away, almost dead, towards the dragon pit, and somehow didn't die. I mean, I have level 1 Q. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I wasn't pushing it fast enough, but... I'm just gonna get in. We also don't know where the Kindred was. Like, we had no vision in our jungle. She obviously didn't gank Yone. So she could have been... Like, and we had no wards. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. It's possible we could have pushed it better, but... Got her flash at least, I guess. I'll take that. I'm not sure what she was freaked out about, because they didn't even freeze. Huh. Yeah, I just need a meter, which is what I did. Picking Vayne into Kate's pretty extreme, though. I lost the experience. It sucks. I thought they were gonna dive, though. So they are. They're thinking about it. I mean, we can't save it, dude. I mean, why did she stay? Like, we just saw them. It's at 1 HP. Heh. Sejuani does have some kills somehow. We're just getting murdered in CS in like every lane. I guess Riven is doing alright, but... I know, I can't do anything about that though. I guess maybe I could have gone mid. I'm just literally going to sit there and watch them take this though. Like, I can't defend it by myself. They'll just dive me. Yone getting caught there was a huge deal. Jesus, dude, they're gonna 15 plate us. They might actually get 15 plates on us. I mean, I knew we were gonna lose early, but holy cow. I mean, Dragon's on the bottom side of the map. I can't really stop Kate top. I don't even know if we can play for Dragon right now. I mean, they've got 2 top. Do we just try to at least get Dragon?
Your turret has been destroyed. An enemy has been slain. Enemy killing spree. An ally has been slain.
Real.
You have been slain.
Actually CC'd for 50 years. Wow, I was not expecting them to come out of the jungle. I guess I should have been though. Because they took top. Yeah, I mean, the Kate Morg, like, we beat it last time. It's just, like, ultra early game. It's like they push and take towers, and I mean, if you do it, if you get 15 plates like they did, it looks really, really good, right? And Vayne is, like, really bad into that, especially in the early game. It's just notoriously Caitlyn destroys Vayne. Because Vayne has no way to trade on her in lane, and she has no wave clear, so... we might still be able to win. I mean, we do have Riven and Yone. Like, they have a lot of outplay potential in fights. And then Vayne does scale really well. But... wait, what did Yone? He just ulted out of there? He didn't even try to ult her? Wow. I mean, I get it. Like, she's a lot stronger and she has ult, but at least, like, get her off of me. You know what I mean? Like, try to jump on her. Then I can use my stuff on him. Instead of having to use my stuff on myself. Try to get out. Like, no one on our team has any wave clear. Like, we have 2 melee champs in our side lane. Like, everywhere. We have no range. Like, I'm the only range champion on our whole team. Yeah, the Morg bind into Caitlyn trap is notoriously, like, really toxic, but... I mean, we can't do anything. We have 0 wave clear. And they just literally walk into our base and Vayne sits there and watches them. And they just walk in. Like, we have no wave clear. I guess we'll just end it. I mean, it's like, if we get behind, there's just no way we get back in. Pretty much. It's hard to dive them too. Like, we don't have great dive. We have like Sejuani, whose ult is like really predictable and very easy to black shield. Like, Riven can flash in or something, but they have like Annie's ult and Morgana's black shield to stop dives, and then they have Kindred's ult to just cancel out just in case they do happen to get a lot of burst. So like, their team comp's just really good against ours. No, the shield's still really good on Caitlyn. It just doubles down on her being difficult to engage onto. Yeah, but I think you're not, maybe not appreciating just how much synergy they have. Like, Morg can push the wave early with her W. And then the Morg bind and the Caitlyn trap is like really good. And then like, how do you beat a Caitlyn? It's like you have to engage on her in the lane, but you can't do that with Black Shield. I did give it to Sedge. She didn't freak out too much, even though she got invaded early on. So that's something. Yeah, I just didn't think about just how bad that was going to be. I was just thinking, okay, well, Vayne is a good champ in general. Yeah, this dude does have a low win rate on it, but it's a good champ. The Riven looked pretty good, but I just wasn't like putting the whole picture together about just how difficult it was going to be for us to win that. Like, the Yone and Riven is just too much. Just too much melee with not enough wave clear. Also, too much AD. I didn't even think about that either. That, in theory, well, they don't really have any tanks on their team, but it's just a really bad matchup. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, the Black Shield is good. Like, I get what you're saying. Like, could you draw up a scenario like, you know, 10-0 Katarina, would she make better use of Black Shield than Caitlyn? Sure, but I don't know. I mean, it's a good combination. Oh, the Lulu ban, huh? Morgana and falling asleep. True. That's real blitzcrank, eh? Dude's just randomly playing Triss when he plays Kaisa Vayne. That's disgusting. Why Ziggs? What's he up against? I guess TF? Dirty Band-Aids. Autofill Jungle. That dude doesn't play Gnar, right? Yeah, I think I might just end up dodging this. Like, nobody's playing their main champs. And we have, like, a couple of pretty weak meta picks. I don't know. I think Kaisa is better. It depends. I mean, Tristana is good. If she gets really far ahead early, she definitely can be good, but I feel like she's just a little riskier. Target griefing me. Hey, what's up, Delib? Yeah. The Raven is just the Omni Vamp in lane. It's kind of a silly idea. I guess they just wanted to clarify it and not make it just for mages or something, but I'm level 35 in WoW Black Falcon. Like 35 and a third or something. I finally got I finished the quest to unlock the 300 max 300 fishing. That quest took a while too. Like, run to the four corners of the earth. I think you said you've never done fishing before. That quest is, whereas I'm sure you've done a few involved quests before. But yeah, you have to go catch like this rare fish in like 4 different places that have a pretty low drop rate. Although the 2 places, it was like, I think it was literally the first fish that I caught in 2 places. One of them, I had to fish it for like 20 or 30 minutes. Which little video? Wait, which little video? Did someone send a donation for something? And I missed it? I don't even know which tab Streamlabs is in anymore. Too many tabs open. Oh, there it is. Yeah, the Waterform quest took me a while. I didn't even do that until really far along because I just didn't go over to the eastern side. And then I was like, oh, I can't stand her. I'll have to watch it. I mean, more power to her, like, I guess, but she seems like a behind-the-scenes kind of person. Maybe she's gotten better, but before it was just like straight, it was like almost like a hostage video. It's like so scripted. And now we're going to look at this issue. So, you know, I don't know. She just, it didn't seem like PR was her thing. So I just can't watch her, man. I just kind of cringe. Like, no hate. But that was the vibe that I got before, so it just felt so scripted. I mean, obviously it's going to be scripted, but it just didn't feel authentic, right? I don't know. I don't doubt that she plays games or that she's involved and stuff like that. I just feel like she gets nervous maybe in front of the camera or something. We'll just wait a second. Yeah, that waterform quest, it's not that bad. There was like part of it was near some questing in Barrens, which wasn't that bad. And then another one is like off the coast of somewhere that's on the way to Hillsbrad. So I was like, you know what? I think it was after Ashara or something. I was like, I'm gonna go try out Hillsbrad. They've got a lot of quests over there. Let me go try it out. And then it just sucked, man. I left there pretty quick because it has you do like it's just a huge mismatch of different levels and things. I felt like, and this drop chance, I was trying to get these turtles, and I was just farming them forever. It felt like everything was really spaced out. There weren't a lot of quests around the same place. At least when I came in at level, like, I don't remember what level I was, 28 or something. I don't know. It was really annoying, and I just ended up leaving and went down to 1,000 needles, which was way better. I don't ever think I even did the Warlock 60 mount quest. I think I just had the 60% mount forever. I don't even think I upgraded my riding. That's how poor I was back in the day. I didn't even have... I got my... Wait, no, I did have the riding because I had a flying mount. I had a 60% flying mount. I never got an epic flying mount. Ashara is an unfinished zone. Wait, what am I thinking of? The forest zone just north of Barrens. Maybe Ashara. Is Ashara like the level 60 zone that's right next to it? Maybe that's the one I was thinking of. What is Rakarth in Warhammer 2? Oh, the Dark Elf? Who's he up against? I'm sorry, I haven't kept up with Warhammer 2 in like a month or something. I am going to start doing more episodes though here pretty soon. Sorry to be kind of MIA. I got busy with school and then I got busy like cracking out on Warhammer here, trying to get my fishing up so I can like fish while I'm grading papers. Ashenvale, okay. I've heard Ashara is like pretty good for fishing, but a lot of people say they don't like it. I don't think I ever went over there. I don't ever remember going to Ashara or Winter Spring. There were several zones. I didn't go to Silithus. I don't believe. Not like very deep into Silithus back in the day, but I only got to 60 like right when TBC dropped, basically. Actually, it was a little bit after it dropped because I was trying to level up a paladin as soon as TBC dropped, and I got to like, I don't remember, in the 40s or 50s, I think, with my paladin, and then I was just like, I just can't farm this. So I was trying to farm as holy spec, and it was just taking forever. And then I just switched back to my warlock when I got into the 50s with paladin. And so I basically didn't even like do the TBC content for like I don't even know, a couple of weeks or something after. Is it Silithus? I thought it was Silithus. Maybe I was just reading it wrong. Oh, Rakarth is just a standalone free LC? They just throwing him in there without any... It's been 96 seconds since you've talked about League. True, true. My bad. We got a gold one in here. What the... Oh, never mind. This is the platinum floor. That's fine. Who the hell is popularizing this shit? kind of want to go like Maokai, but Maokai is gonna get stomped in lane too. We just can't you just can't win versus lane. I guess I could go for Zyra or something. Hey, what's up, Shem? Sorry if I didn't give you a shout out earlier. Good to see you again, man. Hold on, I'll catch up with the other questions too. Chat's moving kind of quick. I guess we'll stick with this and just try to scale it. Like, I want to play, well, that's fine. It's Irelia mid, Morg jungle. Wow, what? Senna Caitlyn's like almost as brutal as far as pushing goes. They don't have. I mean, the W off of Senna into Caitlyn's trap is also similarly brutal. Okay, let me come back up a little bit. What did? Okay, yeah, thanks, Jim. I am teaching in-person classes twice a week, but it's going well. It's kind of cool on campus. It's not as crowded, so I can just, you know, move around a little easier. Okay, so Delub says Riot is turning down damage, but they're not touching assassins. Do you think that's a good move? Yeah, I think assassins are weak in general right now compared to how they usually are. So I think they want assassins to be a little better. I mean, like, in solo queue, like, Fizz is always going to be 52 or 53%. But I feel like assassins need to be stronger right now because ADCs are so strong. I think ADC is probably the strongest role, which almost never say that, but it feels like that's one of the major concerns every game is ADC, and one of the best ways to try to balance ADCs in is to have assassins be stronger, something that can dive them. So I don't like it when assassins are stronger. I like it when ADCs are strong, because that means that supports are usually a little more relevant, but just trying to be objective. Yeah. Oh, of course. That's what I tell people. You know, at the beginning of the semester, I just say, who's a gamer in here? Raise your hand. Say, okay, just friend me on League, and I'll just give you an A in the class. I'll give you more time so you can pursue your pro gaming ambitions.
You'll see more with your eyes closed.
But yeah, they are turning down some damage. Did they nerf Hecarim's Q? They nerfed Karthus' Q. Maybe they nerfed Hecarim's Q a while ago. But yeah, I mean, it's... Karthus, I don't really think they needed to nerf him, but apparently he's a problem in, like, Challenger or something. So you don't see him in Pro, and in, like, in this Elo bracket, I feel like he's not that good. Dude, she's just gonna sit there. And we keep getting these, like, low-range, like, ADCs that just don't do anything early game. She's getting so many souls. And, like, these no-pressure junglers. It's like we just keep getting, like, scaling junglers plus... like, low range, no pressure ADCs. And then, like, versus these, like, mega hard push lanes. We got both flashes, I guess. I didn't hit the first Q off of Caitlyn or whatever. What was that? Oh, she hit him with a Q or something? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I always get so annoyed when people get away with that shit because it's like, if I tried to play that, you better believe that jungler would be down there 24/7.
You'll see more with your eyes.
I mean, Camille may have just thrown her whole lane to try to TP onto that. Did Triss jump? I feel like she didn't jump early enough. Okay, she's gonna double kill this though, right? Please don't mess this up, Triss. Nice, there we go. Good, okay. Maybe that's worth. A delayed worth. Lion Horde. You could. Hey, I would welcome it if you wanted to write about World of Warcraft, maybe. It's kind of hard with 102, but like you definitely could with 101. Actually, you know, you could work it in. If you want, but you'd have to look at like how you could look at like the lore or something to do with Warcraft. You'd have to start with like the old school Warcraft stuff, like Warcraft, you know, Warcraft and Warcraft 2, and then work your way up to WoW. Or you could look at how like portrayal has changed over time in some way, or how it builds on other sort of fantasy tropes. Like how it's different from something like Lord of the Rings. There's a lot of stuff you could do with it, I think, that would be interesting. As far as like a, you know, scholarly essay. There's a ladybug like on my screen right now. I don't want to flick it away. I think we've got to replace these windows because some of the windows are so garbage, and I think some of the bugs are just sneaking in from that. Just getting annihilated. Maybe I just banned Kate. It feels so dumb because like so many Caitlyn's are so bad, but if she's gonna be this popular, like is Fiddle coming or what? Dude, I'd love to do my dissertation on WoW. It'd be so much fun, but that's just not kind of what we signed up for. Yeah, my committee's not gonna sign off on that. That would be cool. I mean, I kind of wish I'd done rhetoric. I could do something like you could do something like that in a rhetoric major, but can't do Victorian literature about that. Maybe, I'm not sure. I don't care about job market at this point. I mean, I've pretty much got like a pretty good setup where I am with lecture, and like I'm in fairly good standing in the department. So I think I could just get a job here, sort of where I am. I'm just considered part-time right now. Just imagine applying for the job. I mean, like I wouldn't be able to teach stuff. I'd be teaching 101 and 102. Although they do allow, like, the lectures, there's, like, topical themes in literature or whatever, and you could maybe work something like that in. I could do something about, like, fantasy novels and games. I mean, you could do something like that, I suppose, yeah. I mean, there were like forms of fantasy back then. Obviously.
An ally has been slain.
Something like Dracula, you know, like Dracula's influence on, I don't know, there aren't really like vampire-like characters in WoW, are there? It's like undead, I guess. Like, you could look at how that's different from, you know, Sylvanas or the Forsaken or whatever. How that version of undead is different than the traditional undead.
You'll see more when your eyes close.
Now we're punishing.
Has been slain.
Blood elves could be vampires, but that's a stretch. I think the undead thing might be the closest thing. I mean, there might be something with greenskins or like orcs and goblins. There probably is somewhere in the lore. Damn. Yeah, they have a control word there. She got fucking the speed up from Smite, so there's no way I was flashing out of it.
Mortality is truly divine.
Flash plus Nimbus Cloak plus her ult is just too fast. Yoral power, bot lane. Vampires and Shadowlands. Yeah, my committee are not Nax Raiders. I know who my committee is. There's one guy that's a mystery guy. Maybe he is that I want to add on there, but...
An ally has been slain.
Nice. First raid's all vampires. I just remember seeing that Waltz one or whatever. Watching part of it. I haven't watched all of the Nothria raid, but... I think we're kind of overstaying on this one. Get one more plate, maybe. Caitlyn's gonna...
Turret plating will soon fall.
Gosh, that would have been so troll if he hit that.
I recommend skipping.
Wow, you're level 45 already, Wings? Did you already have an account? I thought you just made an account a little while ago as you transfer over. I mean, there are leveling guides you can look at online. 45? I think there are several zones. But I'm not, like, super in the know. That combination's just so nasty. Hey, look, more top. Yeah. True. Dude, I've been really loving the Double Lift Meteos co-stream. I haven't even really been watching the game. I've just been listening to the commentary on the background of a lot of the stuff they've been playing. They do have really good insights, and they're pretty funny, too, like, in combination. Yeah, I think that's just like, I just can't even watch, LCS anymore if it's not like Double Lift. He's just so smart about a lot of stuff, but he's also funny and sassy. And he's surprisingly, like, really humble, too, for how good he is. For the most part, he's always talking about, I don't know that champ, or I don't know this or that. All birds were killed off by the government, and the current ones are spies. I don't know. It's probably going to be, like, representations of like Asian religions or something like that in Victorian literature. Jesus. Damn. The Bud Light Ace, the State Farm analyst desk. Yeah, I mean, I get it. They got to make some money, but I agree. It is getting to be a little much. I don't mind having a banner of a company there, just like running commercials, but just like naming every like aspect of the game after something feels a little too commercial, but. Nice. So I get it. It's like you gotta make some money, but at a certain point it starts to feel a little cheap. Like it's breaking character, you know? What's the word I'm looking for here?
I recommend skipping.
Can't think of the term right now for some reason, but yeah, it just kind of like pulls you out of the game, right? It's like, oh, it's an advertisement, right? Instead of like being, I mean, League isn't like immersion breaking. That's the word. Like League isn't terribly, you know, an immersive type of game. A lot of times, like you're aware that you're playing a game. Like there's some lore and stuff like that. It is closer to something like a sport, but still, it just kind of pulls you out of it. Like you're sitting there, you know, you're enjoying some League, you want some commentary about stuff, you're enjoying certain plays, yeah, and then it's just like the Bud Light Ace and stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't mind like the analyst desk or something being named after it, because that's like after the game, so you're not like actively watching the game. But it feels like the Bud Light Ace and things like that, like being reminded, basically watching a commercial during the game is something that feels a little cheap. I think we gotta lay this down, man.
Has destroyed a turret.
Gotta make sure I don't die randomly, because that's one of those things that's just like so annoying if it's like we pretty much guaranteed have it. Yeah, exactly. I don't know, that's a little weird too, because the game, isn't it rated teen? I mean, I know that doesn't necessarily mean that it can only target teens, but it feels like the majority of the audience, or maybe not majority, League does have a slightly older demographic, you know, than something like Fortnite, but still probably, I would venture to say the average age of a League player is probably not able to legally drink. I mean, I guess you could make the argument for sports, like a lot of, you know, you have a lot of teenagers and kids and stuff watching sports, but it just feels a little weird. I'm not sure why she ignited so early. But yeah, it still feels like it's targeted towards kind of a teenage, you know, maybe young 20s demographic. It's rated teen. I guess, you know, sports programs are rated like E for everyone. Or whatever the equivalent is. I maybe should have gotten Ardent there, I'm not sure. Damn, are they really gonna get Baron here? Felt like a really late ult. How did they even get that? Yone just got caught even though I pinged that they were coming. Whoa, really? Wow. So Yone got caught and killed, even though I pinged they were coming. And then they get a Baron and an Ace off of that. They get like 6 kills in 1 minute plus Baron. We do have quite a few auto attack champions, but we also need to kind of stick to them. Or like, it's really helpful for Tristana to kite also. But I don't know, maybe. I'm going to get it next. But I just thought the movement speed, because we were so far ahead at the time, I was thinking, okay, you know, we can have the movement speed to help run them down or kite them or whatever. But then, like, immediately as soon as I buy it, we just give them like 6 kills plus Baron. It's like a 5,000 gold swing in a minute or something crazy. Oh my god. Dude, I was blinded for 3.5 seconds. Does he not have Hourglass? He didn't use it. How does he get caught? Like, I had vision everywhere. How was I even binded for that long? Like, what was the CC? Morg didn't even bind me. What? Absolution, and then just stun walked?
I recommend skipping.
12 kills, more jungle. Yeah. This game's certainly a head scratcher. The auto zone quadra kill. Yeah.
Has been slain.
Oh look, it's a melee high skill cap champ getting stomped again. In terms of Camille. I mean, really it was like the Yone getting caught, which it, even when I pinged it and they were moving on wards, like we knew exactly where they were.
The enemy's inhibitor is respawning soon. The enemy has been slain.
That was a good play. Dude, they might be in that bush. God, it's so spooky. I don't have any more wards.
Has destroyed a turret.
More jungle OP confirmed. Yeah. Wait, why are we here? I don't have any wards. I had to get wards, man. Like, there's no way I can not get wards there. Exactly, yeah, the Irelia, yeah, that was not smart, our pathing there. We should have just retreated back to Tribush and backed immediately after we killed those two. Because I mean, there's nothing else on the map for them to do, and none of them were in lanes, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, to me it seemed like a really high probability. Damn. I could have flashed out of that maybe. I'm not sure what she even hit. Did she hit me with Q? She just RW'd me. What? How did her items deal 450? I guess just those two with the burn. Okay. Well, our ADC is very strong right now. Like I said, ADC is like really pretty damn powerful right now. I should have positioned. I knew there was. I didn't remember who was over there, like in this area, but I knew there was likely going to be somebody there. I think I could have dropped a ward in when I was running past, and then I could have like gone this way instead of going through that ramp. What the fuck? Oh my god. Pull it out, pull it out. Okay, there we go. See, this team figured it out. The low platinum people, right? Wait, no, that was in Jason's game, right? When the set didn't back off the objective. This Tristana understood, hey, we don't have a smite here, so if their jungler's around... Trist is really nasty if she does get ahead. Give her that for sure. No, we gotta back up. At least for a little bit. It is a 3v4, but... Yone, please. They're all there, man. We don't have any pressure. No wave. I think we just gotta back up. They're just gonna zerg around. Okay. This is really spooky. Just more chucking random Qs. I think she does have a Quicksilver Sash, but... we don't have any pressure. We just need to just wait. They just have too much wave clear. Well, we can't just pressure him down. Just gotta fight around like Baron. Oh my god. She just can't even buy anything. Just give the money over to me. The Walmart ward. Advertisers are gonna find a way, man. Shit. We're walking into their vision. Fuck, they just win. Like, I don't... No, we just lose. No, no one's trying to do that, dude. Yeah, I don't know, Jalal. Like I said, my sleep schedule's been kind of messed up lately. You can follow me on Twitter, subscribe, click the bell on YouTube. Usually if I'm not on sometime between like midnight and 1, it's unlikely I'll be on, but that's when I'm usually on. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to try to start getting on around 11:30 or something, but yeah. I mean, that just sucks. People just don't listen and just threw really hard. Again, we just have like double melee, so we can't siege. We have no wave clear. They're gonna argue about it, but like we were just running up in plain vision. Like they had all the vision on the sides with like Gragas who can flank and get the Tristana. Like I was being pretty consistent for a while there. I think around midnight or something, but. Yeah, the Camille threw it, but I mean the Yone threw it too. Like the real play where they got back into the game was when Yone did not back when he just refused to stop getting those raptors when I said they were all coming, and they just ran him down, killed him, got the Baron, and then everyone just trickled in and died. How good is Nami in this meta? That's gonna be it for the games tonight too. I gotta unfortunately get off. I grade some essays. Nami's okay. Like, Nami's good with push and stuff like that. She just doesn't scale as well as, like, Lulu or Janna, but she's still pretty good. She's good if you have, like, really early aggressive poke and things like that. So, like, with a Misfortune or a Caitlyn or something, she's probably pretty good. Haven't seen her as much lately. One problem, kind of like I was talking about earlier with Bard and things like that, is it's really hard to hit bubbles. And to like get people with your waves when everybody's going to take Gale Force. It's just that item and that's like usually one of your best targets are AD carries, but when a lot of AD carries are taking Gale Force and half of them also have a dash, it's just really hard to hit skill shots. And like with Lulu, you don't have to hit any skill shots usually. I mean, hitting your Q is nice, but like you just bring so much power just by clicking on your own champions or by point click polymorphing. When do I think tank supports will be viable? They are viable. They're really strong right now. Especially in pro, but even in solo queue, several tanks are good. I mean, Rel did get knocked down quite a bit on this patch, but you still have like Malachi, who can go tank, who is usually AP. You have Thresh, who's pretty tanky. Leona is still 52%. Galio still 52%. Nautilus is 51%. So like they're pretty good. Depends on which tanks, but I think that Leona is still really good and Thresh is still really good. The other ones are kind of okay, but it's a pretty good representation of like win rates, right? Like we've got Sona's up here. You know, it's like Bard, Zillion, Malachi, Thresh, Sona, Talia. Let's look at PBI. That's a better indicator. So like win rate plus picked and banned. But like Thresh, Lulu, Bard, Leona, Zillion, Blitzcrank, Malachi, Nami, like that's a pretty mixed group of like Engage and Enchanter. I don't know if I called Blitz an Enchanter. I misspoke. Blitz is just Engage. But yeah, so I think they're pretty good in general. If you're talking like Tom Kench, you have to wait on the rework for that one. But I think even as something like Alistar, like if you roam really well, like you can make it work. Like Nautilus is playable. I think there's some representative of all classes of supports right now that are like playable. You know, that are pretty good. So I don't think it's necessarily an all Enchanter meta or an all tank meta. I think it's in a pretty good place overall. There are some champs again that are not in a good place, like Tom Kench, but as far as just like broad classes of champ, there's a lot of stuff that's like 51 plus. Well, that's part of it. I think having reliability in a meta where there's a ton of mobility is key. So yes, I think that skill shots that are well, I mean, it just depends, right? Like Thresh has a high win rate right now and his hook is pretty important, right? And then same thing with Leona and Bard. So I don't know, that's just kind of my thesis on it. But and Nami's got a 52% win rate, so she's not bad. I mean, I might be like overdoing the just how impactful the Gale Force is, but when I tried to play Bard into it, man, it was just like impossible to ever land anything. But yeah, I mean, Lulu brings a lot of consistency and just a lot of scaling because she gives extra attack speed, move speed, and like 80 on attack damage. LeBlanc made the list. Yeah, it's weird because she only has like a .08 play rate. But, I mean, there's 1,600 games on her, so I guess they put her on the list. Nice. Congrats, Falcon. Okay, well, that's going to be it for tonight. I'm going to try to get on, like I said, a little bit earlier tomorrow, 11:30, so sorry about that. And, what is the win percentage on the right-hand side? I'm not exactly sure what you mean, but here's what it is. So this tier is just what Lolalytics ranks the champion. I think that's subjective, somewhat. The win rate is just straight up how many games does the champion win. If you're talking about PBI, I think that might be what you're talking about. The ban rate is just banned. PBI, they give you the formula right here, but it's basically I'll leave it on the screen. It's basically they factor in what's a champion's win rate and then how often is it picked and how often is it banned. So basically the win rate is more meaningful the more that a champion is picked and the more that it's banned. It means it's more relevant in the meta. People think that it's powerful, which is why they ban it more in theory. And if it's picked a lot, that means that you're going to have non-one-tricks playing it in more generalized scenarios, right? So if it has a low pick rate, it could just be someone who's a one-trick playing it, or it could just be something that's played very specifically into certain matchups. So the higher the pick rate, the more generally, like, the better the results are going to be. So that's what PBI is. It takes into account all of those things. So basically, it's usually a champ that has a high win rate and a high pick rate and ban rate. Then you have games, rank, delta. It explains that here. I think that's basically the difference between some of the best players. Now, I don't know how they're defining best. It's probably on their best tier list. But what's the difference in win rate between like the best players, how they're defining that, and the average players? So pretty much that could be a reflection of skill. So like Thresh is a 6.5, and you see that right here, that the win rate on the best worldwide on the champion. Now I don't know if that's just one person or if it's like a collection of people. The best players. Okay, so it's out of people who are a minimum rank of diamond and have 50 games on the champion is how they're defining best players. So that means that between an average player and a really good Thresh player is going to be like a 6.5% win rate difference. Versus like Lulu is only 4%. So that can be a reflection of how challenging a champion is to play. But it could also just be like you know, one tricks and something just being really situational or whatever. Oh yeah, I can post up the Discord info. Yeah, and I'll try to add people on there if you're interested in the WoW thing. I'm gonna make videos about that coming soon. Or if you just want to get on the Discord, but hopefully WoW will bring the Discord back up. Oh, did someone just get it in chat there? Patch notes, Discord. Hey, thanks, Shem. Yeah, sorry I didn't get to stay on for too long here. Suki's like, watch the replay, man. It's like, dude, you threw the game at Raptors. I saw it. I don't need a replay. Like, everybody had some poor moments. I made some mistakes too that game for sure. Yeah, so I made a, I don't know where it went. Maybe someone moved it down there. I thought I made a WoW. Oh, WoW IGNs. Okay, yeah, that's the top one there. Yeah, here's the Discord. So I have WoW. So if you want to send the IGNs, that's up at the very, very top. Hashtag WoW IGNs. Then I'm going to organize and come up with some better channels and things like that for that. Maybe this weekend I can do that. But yeah, anyone that wants to send me their IGN if you're on Stalag. Now, once again, I'm the intent is to stay on Stalag, but we'll see how it goes. If it's just too low pop for a lot of people, then we could consider changing. Yeah, I'm going to get on and probably fish and grade essays. Okay, but anyways, here's the link. But yeah, more coming soon on that, and I'll see if I can add in some more with League, and I think hopefully it'll be cool because then that can revive other stuff that's like hopefully can be cross game, right? Like the memes and things like that could be pretty fun. But yeah, so hopefully it'll revive some of these social channels. So we'll see, because it is a fun community. I just, you know, I'm mostly at fault just because I just haven't really been on there too much. Well, I'll be back tomorrow, Joel. I mean, did you have another, like, question real quick? I mean, I can answer another question real quick if you want to. I mean, I can just pull it up. Just keep asking questions. I'm going to log off here in a second as soon as people get the questions done. But I can log in. Just while I answer questions. And then, like I said, I'm going to fish and grade essays. Yeah, we'll have a bunch of stuff with it. Alright, so just ask away, Joel, whatever other questions you have.
Yo!
Oh, I need to swing by the Capitol and see if I can get any eggs. Oh, okay. There's something for class and spec. Woo! Barely got it. Which supports are still good late game? Enchanters, basically. I mean, it kind of depends. It's like, if we're just talking like raw like stats and scaling and stuff, I'm still gonna say it's like Lulu, Janna, stuff like that. But if you get a really clutch engage, okay, yeah, I'll change the permissions on it. I think you have to like verify your phone number is what we had it on there as. Which sucks. I didn't like to do that, but we had some people on there like with certain Oh, what level are you, Wings? Actually, yeah, I could really use your help. Did you say you were level 45? I don't need elite stuff, but I need to kill these birds and get these eggs if there aren't any in the capital. That would actually help out a ton. That'd be amazing. It's just like level 43 birds in Tanaris that I need this like egg drop off of them so I can get my cooking upgraded. I just need 2 of these eggs. And then after that I'd be good to go. What's your end game, Wings? But yeah, so I'll probably take that down. But we had a situation earlier with some people on the channel. It was probably almost a year or 2 at this point, but they just were really mad about something. I don't remember what it was, and so they were like impersonating people and trying to like just destroy the entire like Discord. And so we had, you know, and we would ban them, but then they would come back with like alt accounts and stuff like that, and they were impersonating other people. And so we had to eventually just do it by phone number to try to prevent that. And it did, but it made it, you know, more annoying for people to first time get on there.
Time
So
is money, friend.
I'll have to figure out how to get in there and maybe take the phone numbers off, the phone number requirement off. Let me see real quick if the if there's any on the auction house. If there's not, that'd be awesome. Oh, it's Lolly. Okay. Sweet. I thought you were just making a new character. I guess you just transferred your character over. But yeah. Those look pretty good. I would narrow it down. I mean, I would say watch my tier list videos if you want to know like what I think of the current meta for champions. If you want to know like long term, like one trick or at least champions to main. Oh, you have a level 2 mage. Okay. If you want to look at things to main, then I would look at that. Oh, for all of those? I don't know if I can do all of those, man. I would say just look up on the channel. I mean, I can give you, like, I guess something real quick. But yeah, it's what, like 6 champs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, Nami and Yumi are going to be going Moonstone and then either Staff of Flowing Water or Ardent Censer most of the time. Maybe Mikhail's if they have a lot of CC. You know, Nami, you want to trade a lot in lane, try to get ahead early, look for your bubbles. Yumi, try to hit your Qs, get auto attack to get the shield when it's safe. Try to scale up for late. Don't buy boots. Make sure that you're taking Presence of Mind for extra mana. Leona is typically you're going to get Locket. You might get Chem Tank if they have a lot of mobility. So if you think they're going, if it's like Ezreal or something and you think he's going to blink and dodge your R, you can run up to him with Chem Tank first, force him to use his E, and then go on him. Yeah, I'm playing a female Tarn. Oh yeah. And then after that, it's situational. It's probably either Zeke's or Knight's Vow. Yeah, you're on the other continent. I mean, if it's not here, I can make it worth your time, too, sort of. I mean, I can give you, like, 5 gold or something if you can help me get these 2 eggs. I may not even need you though, so just hold on. I'm gonna try to see if I can just get them off the auction house. But if I can't, it's a pretty rare item. Or it's not like rare, but people just don't put it on the auction house because a lot of people don't max their cooking, so they don't know that it's a cooking like quest item. It is a cool vibe. Yeah, I like the I wasn't like too hype on it like being Tarn. I would much rather be like a night elf aesthetically, but the Tarn's kind of growing on me. I kind of like it. There aren't that many female Tarns, so who else? So that's Leona. Rel is same deal. Probably Locket. Maybe Kim Tank. Just look for engages. Then it's probably going to be either Zeke's or Knight's Vow. And then who's the last one? I am going to do a new Rel guide and one other one. Seraphine. I still need to do those two guides. I'm going to eventually do tailoring. I'm just doing the gathering professions right now just so that I can try to save up money because Mooncloth is going to be insanely expensive in TBC. I just always like playing female healers. I don't know why. Oh, there are some. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about that. I can just buy two. People did put more up. Wow, people single stack those in? They should do them in stacks of 12, because that's how much you need for the quest, and that's the only reason people would buy those, I think. Can you milk her? I mean, I guess you... maybe. I don't know. The Alistar quote. Being basic and playing human. If I was Alliance side playing a priest, I would have done human. But if I would have done druid, I mean, your only choice is night elf. But yeah, I like night elves or druids. Blood elves are really cool. I would like to do something with blood elves, but like their passive is just so bad.
Well met. Farewell.
Well, Seraphine got nerfed pretty hard. Like, you can still pick her, but it's going to be tougher. Oh, and Rakan. I think Rakan's a great one, but he's really versatile. It's hard to give you, like, exact tips. I do have a Rakan guide I just made, like, a month ago. So I would say check that out because he's so versatile and adaptive. It's really hard to tell you exactly what you should be doing on him because he can engage. You know, he's really well known for that, but he can also peel pretty well. He can get Enchanter items. He can get some of the tank items like Zeke's. He's just extremely versatile and situational. The only other support that I think that's similarly versatile is probably like Thresh. That you just have to read the situation. He's hard to play. Really? Does it give you back mana in a raid? Well, when you look like when you're in the actual raid, yeah, you're not gonna notice. But like when you're walking around town and stuff like that, you would look different. Hey, does anyone know if you do the Deviant Delight to be a ninja or a pirate and you turn into the tree, does the tree overwrite that, or do you look like a pirate even in your shape-shifted forms? I guess I could just buy one and figure it out. Okay, thanks, Joel. I appreciate it. Yeah, like I said, I'll try to get on a little bit earlier or more consistently. So sorry about that. I know it's been tough. I had a lot of school earlier, and then like last night, my daughter, she's been using my phone instead of the iPad because it's smaller, so she can like hold it in her hands easier and watch it when she wants to watch some cartoons. And then last night I fell asleep and I had it next to me for an alarm, and then she took it and killed the battery. So she brought it back and put it back, but I didn't hear the alarm. And I mean, part of it honestly is because I've just been like power leveling this WoW account for the last week or so that I could get to the fishing, so I can fish while I'm grading essays and doing other things. Just so I'm like passively earning gold while I am just doing stuff anyways. Okay, cool. Thanks, Joel. But yeah, so I will try to work my way into getting back on more consistently. Yeah. I mean, I don't mind being the tree. It's fine. I kind of like that you have all these different forms. Dude, that water form, though, man, that has come in clutch several times. Like, when I was trying to go south for this Nat Pagel quest or whatever, like, I was having to run through, like, all these, like, level 40 somethings, and they just kept running me down and killing me, so I just jumped off into the water, and I can, like, outswim the fish if I aggro the fish a lot of times in that form. So that's actually pretty handy. It's definitely come in clutch several times. And then getting the travel form at 30 is pretty nice, too. Get the WoW Gold crypto miner going. My wife's going to be like, why is our electric bill $2,000 this month? Don't worry about it, honey. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. I think I got everything. But yeah, if I was Alliance side, I would want to play Elf or Human. I don't know, man. I just like the aesthetic, right? Like the pretty women healer characters. That's what I want. Gotta look fabulous. Probably go Human, Night Elf, or if Blood Elf was like a reasonable option as Horde. Or Monk would be fun too, if they had Monk, but, you know. That'd be fun if they did like a Classic Plus and then TBC Plus. I don't think TBC needs as much of a plus, but like Classic, weren't they gonna do like a Hyjal raid and a Karazhan raid in Classic, and then they just pushed it to TBC? Well, I'm not gonna stay up. I get a little worried if I keep the stream going if the viewership drops so low. Because then YouTube sees that. YouTube sees that, and it's like I'm looking at them the whole time, right? So I don't know. That's why. I mean, it's not like it's, you know, like a huge thing, but it's like, why not? It's also a little more rare. I feel like a lot of people don't play female characters as much.
Time is money, friend. Keep it real.
That stimulus money to the Chinese. There you go, Black Falcon. That's right. Like, why not? Uh-oh. I gotta get over to this town over here so I can get these 2 recipes, I think. Oh. Run for it. But yeah, it's pretty handy. Like, the leveling is nice. You get all these different forms, and you can, like, heal, and if you pull too many people, you can just, like, bail. Is this it? Or is... No, this is something hostile. I need to get to that over there, I think. Stepchild, I don't know about. Yeah, so I wasn't sure about the female Tarma. She was kind of cool. I kind of dig it. Oh, Purple Lotus. What is that? Can I get it without dying? That's a negative. That's a negatory. I'm surprised Purple Lotus, it's like super cheap. It's like 20 silver each or something, maybe even less than that. It's like used in some pretty decent formulas. I think it's used in the Demon Slaying potion. 15 sacks of silk cloth. I wouldn't be surprised. The cloth is surprisingly super cheap. Why didn't they update the graphics? Well, number one, some people wanted the classic experience, and number two, it would probably be super expensive to do that. There are some mods, or like, I guess just things that people have done that give it upgraded graphics, which I think is pretty cool.
I got what you need. Aha! Potential customer.
Time is money, friend. Talk to me.
There we go. Spotted tail. I think... Do I have any of that yellow spotted tail? I'm trying to think of what drops. I know I've got the salmon. Yeah, spotted yellowtail. I guess we'll get that. And then... I don't think I have any squid. Increases your agility. Where does that squid drop? I mean, it's only a gold 60. I guess we'll go ahead and get it.
Hurry back!
I'll have to be level 40 to learn it, though. Which is annoying. Is it just level 35 to eat it, I think? Okay. But yeah, it would have been so much money to get them to
Hey, how you doing?
to redo all the graphics, so
Potential
so much the
customer.
community was just kind of nostalgic for the old undermined clam chowder, zesty clam meat. It doesn't really do anything though. I mean, it's cheap. I guess we'll just buy it.
Be good.
Cook some clams if I want to. Alright, now we get to run back because my hearth is still over. STV. Oh, I can upgrade the graphics? I guess a little bit, but it's still... Yeah, I guess it is a little bit better. But yeah, it's still got kind of that classic feel, so they did change some of the textures and stuff, I guess, to upgrade them a little bit. Damn, 2 purple lotuses, but there's no way I can kill those dudes to get that. Is it worth it to pay this much money to only access this game? What do you mean? Well, you talking about the game itself is free. You just have to pay the $15 a month for the subscription fee. I think it might even be cheaper. Someone told me that like there are some parts of the world where it's like $3 or $4 a month. Like in Argentina, it counts like $3 a month. But yeah, I mean, it's like 50 cents a day. Or something on average. Yeah, it's fine. And the game itself is free. Like, all you have to do is just get the subscription. So you could play this game for like 4 months, and then that would be about the cost of a AAA title. But then a AAA title, a lot of times, you know, it's going to have DLC, and I mean, this does too. But I really think that 50 cents a day is not that much. I mean, yeah, like League is free, but you can, you know, you can buy skins in League and things like that too.
Be safe.
50 pounds a month? There's no way that's accurate. You might be thinking of a different game or something else. I mean... $9.99 a month in terms of pounds. So maybe you're thinking of a different game. I can't imagine any game where you would pay $50 a month. Maybe you're thinking the upfront cost for like the new game. It's $9.99 pounds, which I don't know what the equivalent is in dollars right now, but that's probably like $12 to $15. Okay, if you're thinking like retail, if you have to buy the retail game, if you're talking about buying the game retail, then yes, you have to buy the newest version of the game. This is the old version of the game. This is Classic WoW, which doesn't cost anything up front. But yeah, if you buy the new version of the game and you buy a boost, yeah, if you're buying boosts, then sure. That you're talking like value-added services on retail, which is like the new version of the game. Like the expansion is the newest version of the game is a one-time cost, and then the boost that you're talking about is probably extra as well. I do not play Valheim. I'm not sure what that is. Is that the new? I don't know. I'm not even sure what that is. Is that the Viking? Assassin's Creed. It looks cool, I think. I watched I don't know. I watched like a couple minutes of it on some random YouTube video. But no, I don't play it. But yeah, the subscription is a monthly cost. The monthly cost is the same for both Classic and retail. What you have to pay every month is the same. You get it both with the same price. So if you pay the whatever it is, the $9.99 pounds, you can play Classic with that and you can play retail with that with the same cost. So you can switch back and forth between them however you want. But if you want to buy the newest version of the game, then I think you're right. That's like $50, just like any new game. Like that game came out. The new expansion came out a little while ago. The expansions are always like $60 when they're brand new. And then if you're buying extra value-added stuff on retail, you can buy a boost for your levels, you can buy pets, you can buy all kinds of stuff in the cash shop. Classic doesn't have a cash shop. They are going to have a boost option when Burning Crusade comes out, but they don't have a cash shop thing. But the only thing that you're required to pay is the $9.99 pounds per month.
Talk to me.
Can I fish off of this? I'm not sure if this is too far down. Yeah. I mean, I could... Can I fish off of this? Yes, but Classic, you don't have to buy any... There are no one-time costs for Classic. Yeah, no problem. So yeah, it does have a subscription fee, and I know most games don't have that, so it is a little bit more, but it is, you know, persistent world. It's hard to pay for the servers and stuff like that. That night fin's what I'm talking about right there. This is where it's going to come in. I think these sell for about like 1 gold each if I cook the night fin soup. We'll see. If I saturate the market with too many of them, the price might go down, but it's used by a lot of raiders, and so I can sit here, and if I'm not streaming, then I can like grade papers on the side, and then whenever I just hear the little splash in the water, I can just click over here, click on it, go back to reading papers, click on it, go back to reading papers, click on it, back and forth. And then if I get like a good chunk of those night fin, then I could make a pretty good chunk of gold, hopefully. I mean, some people play Rakan. Rakan's almost always tier 1 or tier 2. I mean, part of it is subjective. It just depends on, you know, position in the meta. I think he's being played in pro some. But yeah, you gotta be good on him. But yeah, I definitely am biased for Rakan. Ideally, if I were a higher level, I would be in a place where, like, herbs could spawn around me, too. So I could kind of double dip and get some herbing while I'm also fishing. But this zone is really high, like, it's much higher level than me. It's like a 45 level zone, so I can't really go out much past the town. But this is still good fishing. So I can safely farm from this town. And still get the night fin. And oily blackmouth is pretty valuable too. Like the big fish that you want to get are the night fin snapper and then stone scale eel. I don't know if I can catch eel here. I think you might have to have pools for eel. Like there are these special little whirlpools that can show up sometimes in certain fishing locations. You can get like some rare fish off of that. Or it might have to be a level 60 zone to get the stone scale. I caught one in STV one time randomly. So there might be a low percentage chance. I still think Nightfin is just as valuable or maybe a little bit more than stone scale. Because like what Nightfin does is if you cook it, then it gives you the most mana per 5 for a food. So you end up getting, I think it's like 8 mana per 5. Which is like quite a lot, and so raiders are gonna be just chomping this food. Every time they go raid, they want a stack of this because it only lasts 15 minutes. If you die, you lose it. And getting the extra 8 mana per 5 is a pretty big deal. I don't think there are Nightfin pools either. I think there are Stone Skin Eel pools. And then when TBC comes out, it's going to be the same drill. Like, there are certain fish that are really good that you can go fish. And a lot of people don't like doing this because a lot of people think it's boring, right, to fish. Which it kind of is, you know, but you can do other stuff while you're doing it, which is particularly useful for me because I have a lot of other stuff I need to be doing, usually. Like grading essays or reading for my dissertation or whatever. And I can do this on the side without having to focus on grinding camps and stuff like that. Which grinding camps doesn't take a lot of attention, but it takes more than this. At least on the druid, like I have to press different buttons and sort of pay attention sometimes so I don't die. But anyways, okay, I think I got all the questions, right? Yeah, Rakan is good, but he is dicey because, you know, you have to be good on him to make that work. Okay. But anyways, that's going to be it for the stream tonight. Thank y'all very much. I'm going to stop the stream and then go grade some essays while I'm fishing here. But, yeah, if you want to, and once again, somebody the other day was like, this looks boring or whatever. It's like, yes, this is why I don't stream a lot of it, because, like, grinding the stuff can be boring. It does give me a lot of time to sit here and talk with the chat, though, which is cool. Just have a, you know, big conversation with the chat. But, like, what I think gets interesting about it is kind of later on, when we're doing raiding or battlegrounds or arena or whatever. You just have to get to that level first. You got to kind of level up. So I think it's fun to play in terms of, like, I like kind of grinding and just running my little multiple hamster wheels, leveling up, just feeling that progression over time. I think it's fun to play, but it's not necessarily fun to watch all the time, right? But it's just, it's the conversation would be the interesting thing. Okay. Well, thanks, yo. But yeah, so I know it's not the most riveting gameplay footage. Hey, thanks, Nagarake. I appreciate that. That helps out a ton. But I think the raids could be kind of fun, especially like new stuff. Oh, what's up, Sammy? Oh, did you just get here or something? You're like, what? I think a lot of people probably just come in just to kind of hang out and chat with me, or just hang out in the channel. Hopefully. Yes, thank you so much. But it takes a while. See, I've only gotten this whole time I've been fishing here. We've only gained like 3 level in fishing. So if you're trying to level up fishing, it's going to take you probably like 10 hours of fishing. Maybe not quite that much. Maybe it is that much. I don't know. But once, and which is boring. That's good. I want it to be boring for a lot of people so people don't do it. So that I have a nice passive way I can get money while I'm doing other stuff. What was yeesh? Did you mean to say yes or yeesh about something? You can put on these like fishing lures so you can farm fish in higher rated zones. I mean, ideally somewhere like Ashara I think would be pretty good. A place that can spawn black lotuses, and I just sit there on the black lotus spawn and fish and grade papers all day until it spawns. I don't know how often it spawns, but if I could fish from a black lotus spawn, especially if there are other herbs that also spawn around that periodically that are valuable, that would be living the dream, gold-wise. As far as like being able to do other stuff. Oh yes, okay. I was hoping it wasn't like, yeesh, you're gonna log off right when I donated. I was like, my bad, man, I'll stay on. But I do need to get on those essays because it is like 3:40 in the morning here and I didn't get a ton of sleep. I also need to go get some more, maybe get something to eat. But anyways, okay. Well, that's going to be it. Thank y'all very much. I'll try to be back on. We'll aim for around 11:30 or midnight tomorrow. I'll try to start scaling it back so I get on a bit earlier. We'll see if we can get at least a few hours in there.